base engineer, and also I'm a cyber SOC expert.
Nice. It sounds like a lot. I'm sure. How many years have you had as far as your experience?
Experience goes as far as technical goes. It's about 12 years now.
Okay, great, great, great.
Hmm.
So just want to ask you a few. Can you walk us through your experience in IT and highlight some of the most challenging projects you worked on?
Yes, some of the challenging projects will have to do on the infrastructure level and able to transfer large amounts of data into the cloud or literally setting up an enterprise, all their applications to be set in the cloud and keep them secured and up to compliance. Those things have been deemed difficult just because of the nature of the beast. Some things are allowed in certain government spaces on the government side or Intel side. You kind of play what's allowed. Um, I have worked as a front end consultant for projects like this in a shortage of software developers and um, kind of getting some of this stuff done in the cloud difficult.
So let me ask you a question. What motivated you to pursue a career in IT, and how has your passion evolved over time?
Well, I knew that I couldn't do that just because the nature of the beast. I knew I couldn't. As I was looking at the salaries, was the motivation. As a CO, with all the overtime every hour that was available, every man hour that was available around the well, for example, as a Linux engineer, I had as far as a Linux engineer it was an low 203, and we had flexibility getting to the work and things like that as a Linux. So I just began my studies into that and made sure that if I was going to do it, I was going to try to be number one skill set in the world for IT.
Wow, wow, that's good that you mentioned that. So, in your opinion, what's shaping the IT industry today, and
Hmm.
how do you stay updated with them?
Well, AI for sure is shaping how we about to have. It's going to literally probably shape not only the culture, what we eat, how we dress. It's going to pretty much shape everything. And having the skill set, because anybody that know if you're a Linux admin, you literally manage what's known as the kernel and the OS, which is the brain of the computer. And knowing the ins and outs just that basic skill set right there allows you to kind of control what AI knows and kind of what you ingest on that platform. But it kind of gives you the bridge to other technologies as tech goes. Like everything is running on some type of Linux operating system, right?
Mhm.
And it's really most technologies are Linux based, like any kind of standard where the only thing you need to know is what it does.
So, let me ask you a question. Could tangible impact on your organization or clients?
Yeah, it's something called hardening, OS hardening, this thing, right? But what's
Complex technical issues
mhm,
or unexpected challenges?
in the cloud and allow billions of people to watch or set in the path. Pretty much, it could be anything. Pretty much, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Right now, these are the things they can create tools and things like that that will literally manage these things, but they your servers, your databases.
I see that IT projects. Can you
Hmm.
describe a time when you had to work closely with teams or external partners to achieve a common goal?
Of a button, and we use
To achieve a common goal.
of a button, and we use Splunk to push our logs.
Mm-hmm.
Through one network. You could say connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those connections goes to an external team that goes to a stockholder. That pretty much put it in the beautiful displays and things like that, so that they can make decisions based on what we collect.
Let me ask you: security is a top concern in the digital landscape.
hmm
How do you ensure that the systems and applications you develop or manage are robust?
Well, not only that you have to have security policies and all those things that rotate on the underlining. There's guidances that goes with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest part is all the policies that we use. For example, one of the number one certifications in the world is cybersecurity, and languages like Python. If you know Python, you go a long way.
And all the other spaces. How do you want to promote?
Get more people into tech. So the professional, somebody that's actually already in IT, might need some direction on way to go, or some deeper intel on what's coming up next. We provide all that, and then the community, right? There's no community programs that make direct zero to hero programs in the community that you can count on, that delivers the amount of mentoring and expertise training in our communities. So me being a professional, I wanted to be able to lean back and pull back and plant a seed, starting with the youth, starting with the absolute beginning, starting with the professional, and then the overall community, making it accessible for anyone. Um, and I think that's and really just focus on just the top skills in the world. Everything else doesn't matter. Just because what's going to come in the next decade or two,
Yeah.
there's not going to be what you will call entry level positions, not even immediate. It's going to be architect, engineering, specialist.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
So why not focus on the top skill sets? So how do I want to get this thing out there? My goal is to partner churches, AU teams, program, personal group, from zero to hero.
Lastly, I'm sorry. You want to finish your thought, Dave?
Oh yeah, I just want to say even the local group, you're really a specialist in.
Mm-hmm.
I could come in at any right. I say, okay, well, what you want to do in cybersecurity? Most likely, most people just go in 10 weeks. They spent 2 to 4 years in an institution. Don't get me wrong, I'm pro college, but I'm also uh, pro advanced. Slow walking this thing,
Yeah.
where households are, like, let's say the average American, you know, this doesn't have to be a Charles County thing. Areas.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine your two sons are Linus App? That was
That's
it.
good. That's good. So, lastly, what advice would you give a professional looking to build a successful career in this dynamic and ever evolving industry?
If a student want to come out and want to get into it, and if they do, they just do it through charity, just like they do the churches and tithes and offerings. We get from Yo Blow, somebody that's actually working in your field day in, day out, and kind of decide on where they want to go. Like I said, I talk a lot about Linux because it's the end of it. We do Python. you know. So at the very least, most employers, they we just don't train you 8 to 10 weeks, mentor you at that point. You stay with us for at least a year 16 alliance, you know. We also do mock interviews to get you ready. So you'll have
Nice.
somebody like myself and two other interview. You'll get dressed to impress. You'll come in. You'll sit with somebody, Metropole Tech consultant, and we're looking for poised Linux engineers. Can you tell me about yourself to be able to do day to day? After that, you do have somebody to come in. They'll do a little behavioral, but it's always going to be technical. But we want this to kind of mold you in so you know what's expected. Skill sets, it'll actually bridge you in developing a large source of skills that you as our projects and case studies that we do is endless. Our projects and like I said, case studies are so you always building. It shouldn't be a situation where you did 2 or 3 projects. It should be a situation where you done 25, 30 projects that you could talk to.
Hmm.
As far as income, far as already being placed at a job, right?
Things behind this whole package. How do we reach you? What are your handles on social?
I don't know if they took it down, but we got Twitter. But the websites are okay. And you go.
That get involved with him. Is there a direct number that they can reach you at?
They can call me directly.
Okay.